Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Can Good. Can you hear me?
I can. What
Okay.
what microphone are you using?
The one in these headphones. It's
Okay.
all I have.
Okay. Are you on a tablet or a laptop?
My laptop.
Can we try it with the microphone that's in the laptop? Can you cut
Sure.
this one? I just want to do them side by side. How's that sound?
Hello?
Oh, actually that's a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, do you still need the headphones to hear me, or can you
I
hear
can
me
hear
just
you.
fine? Oh, okay, great, great, great. You look absolutely lovely.
Thank you. Oh, wait, hold on. There it
Yes.
is. Okay.
Nice.
Um,
God, you look
Sorry I
great.
was late. I went for a run.
Oh, that's awesome. You look so good.
Thank
Oh,
you. I set dressed for you.
oh,
I
yes,
have all
yeah.
of my Star Trek stuff behind me.
I was gonna say you got a whole bunch of stuff back
I
there.
do. It's usually scattered around my room, but this is our to proudly go. It's a tote bag that we have. And then my encounter at Farpoint Deanna is like one of my favorite things in the world.
Yes.
What else do I? Oh, I have the entire Voyager crew playmates and
Nice.
POS, but I think my
Oh,
head's going to cover them.
it's okay.
So I was
I
like, I want the To Proudly Go merch to be visible.
Yes, of course. I actually, so I don't know if you recall when we last spoke, my arrangement's a little bit different as well. I recently hung the
Ooh.
ships.
Oh, I love that.
My wife won them in a some sort of raffle
Hmm.
at the Puppet Museum in Atlanta, of all places. They don't have any Star Trek stuff. They just had these. But hung those up, and she's the one that got me the on air little sign
Oh, I
here.
love that.
Yeah, isn't that
So
cool?
legit.
Yeah, it's fun. But my Star Trek shelf is actually over there. It's
Ooh.
kind of hard to see all the stuff there, but like top shelf is all novels, second shelf is trading cards, third shelf is not finished. It's kind of a mishmash right now of like,
That's so, I have that exact same shelf in white.
oh really?
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
where I have my purses.
it's oh they're good shelves.
They are.
They are good shelves. I actually got
No, I thought I would just like give you Tilly's quarters.
yes, like it's super. And to be honest, like I would expect Tilly to have a Grogu that she like snuggles
I
up
know.
with
I
at
was like,
night.
he lives there. He lives like above my little day bed,
Yeah,
and I was like, he's fine.
yes,
Like,
of
if there's a
course.
Trekkie that has a problem with Grogu, then they need to have a problem with me because no. And I was like, the baby is fine.
Yes, like, and that's one of the fun things about the show that I've done so far is that there's been a couple times where people are like, "Am I allowed to say that I'm a fan of Star Wars?" I'm like, "Yeah, like me too."
Like, I would prefer it.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, say it. Like it's
It's I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't understand the comparison between Star Wars and Star Trek
yeah,
because they are two. They're completely different. They
yes,
just have star in the title. That's literally it. It's
yeah,
like saying I prefer Star Search over Star Trek. Like it's
yeah,
like one's fantasy, one's a fairy tale, the
right.
other is like aspirational future. Like
Yeah.
it's completely different.
I talked with I had a comedian poet, his name is Moody Black, he's a local guy, and we got into the discussion of the whole Star Trek Star Wars thing, and I kind of started to piece together like my thoughts about that, and I think because Star Wars is very coming of age, like
Yes,
learning who you are, breaking away from your parents, going out into the world to do
it's a
your own
hero's
thing.
journey.
Yeah, exactly. The hero's journey. Star Trek is kind of like the second part of that. It's like it's assuming that you kind of know who you are and broken away and the whole thing, and that you're out there on the adventure. And it's kind of like,
Hmm.
hey, you're going to encounter different people, strange new worlds. Like this is, and this is how you proceed. This is how you interact with people who are different than you. You talk, you
Hmm.
listen, there's diplomacy, understand each other and find common ground and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So that's kind of my
I feel like Star Wars is about individual journeys. Like each
yeah.
character has an individual journey they're going on. Princess Leia has a journey, Luke has a journey. Star Trek is more about finding a tribe. Like it's a
Okay.
group journey. It's like
Yeah.
everyone's on the journey together.
Becoming part of the crew.
Yeah. And like, especially lately, like Chosen Family has always been a Star Trek thing. It just wasn't, we didn't know what Chosen Family was like in the 60s and the 80s and the early 90s. And now, like as a queer person, when I watch Star Trek, I'm like, oh my God, like no wonder I love this. Because it really is just about finding and connecting with people that are nothing like you, but you still connect on a level. Even though you come from completely different places, you still have the same goal, the same aspiration of like cooperation. And I'm like, I think that's why there's such a large queer audience for Star Trek, because it's like, that's what we've had to do in our lives, is find our people, find our tribe.
Right.
Like we're all born wherever we're born. And then we find ourselves, and then we have to find our people.
Yeah, gosh, that's such a, I mean, and I'm always floored by people who are saying, you know, well, it wasn't that way back in, it was like,
oh,
really? Were you not watching?
It's like, you missed the whole point. It just used to be more subtle, and it used to be more symbolic.
Right.
And now it's like the emperor has no clothes. Like you're seeing what it really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that about it. I often talk about Seven of Nine, especially now.
Yeah.
She went from Voyager, where she was kind of queer coded. She was always the other, the outsider, the one who was trying to fit in, trying to assimilate, while also be herself, which is a very common journey for queer people. And now she is queer. Like now she is bisexual. Now she like, so it's like she went from queer coded to just queer. And it's like, because we don't need the coding anymore. It's like, we're ready for the true representation.
Yeah.
We're ready to tell the real stories. Like, I love a good symbolic parable.
Oh yeah.
But there are some things that don't need to be symbolic. It's like, gay people exist. They should be there.
Yeah.
It's just like, Uhura was important because it's like, Black people should be in space with us.
Yeah.
You know, there should be a Japanese person on the bridge, even though that wasn't long after World War II. It was during the Cold War, but there was a Russian on the bridge. It's like, that wasn't symbolism. That was cutting edge.
Yeah.
But now it's a different edge that's being cut. And I find the backlash hilarious, because I'm like, we've been watching the same story, but we've been taking very different things.
Very different. It's so interesting how people get totally different things from the same from the same pop culture content. I really love, there's Gene Roddenberry was a human. He wasn't perfect. He wasn't the devil either, but I always did kind of admire that one little finger that he gave to the network of just like, you can't have a woman on the bridge. He's like, okay, I'll have a Black woman on the bridge. How about that?
It's like he knew the battle he was fighting, and he knew that to win the war, you have to lose sometimes, but you can still find a victory in the losing. You can still come out ahead. You can still get one over on the suits.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that was kind of, he invented that game.
Yeah.
Of like tricking the censors and tricking the network and like just going over their head, so they didn't even know what they were watching. They just thought it was like silly sci-fi.
Well, I just started watching The Center Seat, that docuseries.
So good.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself that I'm just now finding
too.
I saw that they have a book.
I'm really excited about the book.
Yeah, I might be adding that to my shelf here soon. But yeah, just getting, and I mean, it's all stuff I knew, but like Lucille Ball, like going to bat for these kind of scrappy folks, but they had a story to tell.
Yeah.
I love that she, I've got one book somewhere. It's probably with my other comedy books, but 50 funniest women, or 50 funny women. And I was just, I there's tons of funny women in there, obviously, but like, I went right to the Lucille Ball. I was just like, let's find out some more about this lady.
We only know little, like only part of her story has kind of stood the test of time. But it's like because her journey with her show was just as dramatic. She had to fight for herself. So I think that prepared her for then being a producer for Star Trek and like fighting for it and being like, no, I believe in this. And and I'm sure she even said like, you didn't want me to do what I was doing and I proved you wrong. Right. So it's like, maybe you need to listen.
It's oh gosh. Well, it's I'm so excited.
I know, I am too.
I'm practically giddy that you're on. And I definitely want to get into all of the things. Let me put my phone on.
Yes.
Um,
you just tell me what to do.
yeah, it's so I think I kind of gave you the rundown last time of kind of like how the show works, and you said you listened to a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of have an idea of like how it goes and everything, but I always treat everybody like it's their first time, that this is the first time we're, doing the whole thing, and first time we're talking and all this stuff. So if you do, you have the notes up in front of you?
I can.
That's up to you. I have them and I always send them so that folks can follow along.
Yeah, I looked at them. I don't know if it's being a performer, but it's like there's always a moment where it's like I need to put the script away and it just needs to have, like, I've read it. I'm either ready or I'm not.
No, hey, that's great.
Like, I like to focus on.
Well, see, and that's something I definitely want to get into with you, being your performance and your style of performance versus what I do as a comedian. I'm very I come from a writer background, so all my stuff is very like meticulously worded and all that stuff. So I'm very, and I still, even when I'm performing, I'll still work off of a set list. Now I'm very subtle about glancing at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that's just me, and maybe that's just my process, but I'm super fascinated about the entire art form that you guys do on a weekly basis. So I really do want to get into that. But let's dive into the notes. I want to run through them just one time real quick, just to kind of make sure that we're on the same page before we officially start to roll. Any time restrictions? Do you have a hard out at any?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
If you need water break, bathroom break, got to make a phone call, whatever, just give me a timeout, and or just say, hang on a second, I'll edit it.
How long does this usually go? Just out of curiosity.
I usually block for 2 hours, but like,
That's
all of our discussions, I mean, I've been recording the entire time. So this is kind of like the preamble stuff that only the Patreon people hear, all half a dozen of them. And then the show usually runs right at about an hour, usually an hour and change. But then, I always like to save a little extra time at the end to kind of talk shop and
I was only asking because like our show on Saturdays that we do is usually like from 6 p.m. to 9:30.
Oh, cool.
So it's like a 3-hour. So I love that you're like, if you need a bathroom break, and I'm like, honey, I usually go 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
I'm like, this is going to be I am like I'm in yoga pants. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm not cinched at all. I am letting my Tilly hang out. So I'm like, don't you worry about me.
Okay, good to know.
I just look like a diva. I'm really easy.
So I always put in there about content restrictions if and I think we may have discussed this before, but like if you feel like the conversation's going in an area you're not comfortable with or something like that, you can just give me or you can even just say, you know what, let's just move on. I'll edit around it so that it'll be like it never happened. I want you to be as comfortable as possible, so that you have a good time, so that you're inclined to come back. Cursing, I'm in the stand-up. You're a performer as well. I don't have a problem with cursing. Right.
I mean, Tilly did drop the first F-bomb.
She did
in Star Trek. So what the fuck, if it comes out, it comes out. I'm fine with it.
So I do try to keep the show as accessible for people as possible.
Of course.
So if it slips, or we can just discuss it, it's fine. Just don't fire off like 20 in a row, because I have to go in and edit it later.
That's not my job. That's not my style anyway.
Okay, cool. That's pretty much it. So getting into the thing, you're going to see like clap, clap, clap. That's for me. That's for editing. That creates like a visual marker when I go to edit. Sound effects, music, you're not going to hear any of that. I made the change again. I'm so sorry it took me so long to make the change. Like right after, like the day after I talked.
I wasn't worried about it.
Okay, great. I had a food poisoning, and then
the only reason that I said something is because my co-star, like, she is Captain Janeway. I've dabbled in Janeway, so I'm like, I don't want to take that from her. Like, she's amazing at that, and I'm like, I feel much more passionately about my characters.
Sure. Yeah, and because I mean, as I was scrolling through your Instagram and everything, I was just I saw Heather. It's Heather that does Janeway, right? Okay. So I saw Heather a bunch, and then I was like, I think that's Flip as Janeway. Okay.
Yeah, I've done her
so then
it
made me double take on everything, and I was just kind of like, okay. But I'm glad you said something was, we can change whatever.
Well, we've done it specifically on, like, we've done Janeway together at the same time on purpose.
Oh, fun.
Because there's so many episodes where there is two Janeway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's like, if you can do it, let's do it. So we've done some numbers where I was the con woman that was impersonating Janeway.
Yes.
Which she's a lot of fun. I don't get to play many villains. I just haven't found that many that speak to me, but she was one of them. I do Captain Angel from Strange New Worlds.
I was about to say, did I see
which I'm so excited. Like, I purposely have not done her in a while because I know Strange New Worlds is coming back. So it's like, I try to keep the characters relevant to the show that's airing.
Of course.
Or if, like, when Discovery's on, I do Tilly more often. I don't do her every week, but I make sure that chances are you're going to see Tilly. And the same thing with Picard. I did a lot of Deanna and a lot of 7 of 9.
Right.
So, like, I've been, like, itching to do Captain Angel. I've been itching to put back on my blue mini skirt for Nurse Chapel. But I was like, just wait, they're coming.
I do want to ask about, and we'll get into this on the show, but I'm jotting this down and saying it aloud just so that it's in both of our brains. I do want to ask you about villains and some of the best Star Trek villains, because I feel like everybody's go-to is like, oh, Khan, Noonien, and Singh. I was like, okay, not really. Maybe
my favorite is like such an underdog favorite, but I'm fine with that.
Okay, all right, cool.
On the show.
So we'll get into.
Sorry, I'm so vain. I keep looking at myself because I've not worn this like in lighting, and I was so afraid that it wasn't going to look red on camera.
It looks great.
It's like a soft auburn.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, she's doing it.
Yes.
She's here.
So we'll get into the thing, and then we'll chat for a little bit after I intro you. It's Flippe Kikee, yay! I always do Muppet hands. And then we'll chat for a bit. We're gonna dive deep because I got a lot of stuff that I'm super excited to talk to you about.
Yeah.
We're going to actually skip the recap. I'll actually record the recap separate and just insert, just because a lot of these recaps get very long-winded and just yada, yada, yada. So we'll skip that and I'll record it later. But then once we jump back in, after the Trek Fest 38 ad, we'll jump back in. There's a couple of little things. I'm trying to be better.
I won't be a part of the episode discussion.
Oh yeah, we're totally going to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
when you said recap. I don't know if that meant like.
No. I'm just skipping the actual recap. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I assume you've watched the episode, so.
I have. I wanted to rewatch it today. Can I tell you, like?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my tweet.
Yeah.
I was not joking. Like, I was literally having. If we ever meet in person and you see me like
later this week,
times, you will see at some point. Like, I'm a very feeling person. I have a lot of passion, which can sometimes, like, if I get stressed, it sits with me. I'm like, ugh, this friggin' t-shirt. I keep my Star Trek costumes together. They're all there, and everything was there except this t-shirt. And I was like, where is my t-shirt? I really do not want to wear my uniform just because it's not comfy. And
right.
Oh, yeah. I wear this. I feel like a Star Trek actor when I say this because I do perform so much in character. I'm like, I wear the spacesuit enough. I'm like, give me a time travel episode. Give me an undercover episode.
Yes. Oh,
I don't want to wear the spandex spacesuit right now.
Oh, no.
Do you want to know where this friggin' t-shirt was?
Please, yeah.
Because I did also I didn't forget my wig, but I was like, oh wait, I haven't even pulled out my wig yet. So I went to my wig. It was balled up inside the wig.
Oh my God.
Which means the last time that I performed as Tilly, I probably, changed out of this back into the uniform or something.
Yeah.
and like I can take this ponytail off, and this wig just has like, you know, it's like just like a curly shoulder length.
Oh, okay.
So if I want to be more active, but it still works for Tilly.
Of course.
And I guess like in my rush at the show, I just like wrapped the ponytail around the t-shirt, put it in my bag. And then when I put the wig away, I just put it in there with the t-shirt.
Yep.
But I was literally sitting in my room like, I never had a t-shirt. Apparently.
No.
Like I imagined this t-shirt. I've looked everywhere. Because I just moved April, like the 1st of April.
Yeah, yeah.
I was pulling out boxes I had not unpacked yet because I was like, maybe it's in here. Did I use it to wrap a breakable? Like, where is it?
Oh, that's funny.
When I say I ripped my room apart. So I didn't get to watch the episode today. But I have, you know, it's one of my favorite. I mean, it's such a good Tilly episode. I love her with May.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love them hunting them. I love a good like horror suspense Star Trek moment. Like we get them all the time, and I always love them. And so when they're on the mycelial discovery, it's not the mirror discovery, but you know I guess mycelial discovery will work. Yeah. And they're like hunting the monster.
Monster.
And I loved that like of all characters to be the lead of this, it's like it's Tilly.
It's Tilly. Yeah.
with a face. I'm like, any girl with some big hair and a phaser rifle always makes me happy.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know, so that's why I was like, okay, but I'm going to talk about the episode, right? Because
we're totally going to talk about this. So
it
like,
also is one of my favorite Star Trek tropes that I like. I love when the newer series really do the hardcore tropes that are like established in Trek.
Yes.
And this episode has one of my favorite ones, so I was very excited.
Oh yeah, it's the stuff I noticed them leaning on the horror element of certain storytelling aspects. I noticed that in Enterprise.
Yeah.
Because Roxanne Dawson, a lot of her episodes that she directed ended up having that kind of horror movie vibe.
Yeah, they did a lot. They did that one with Hoshi, that Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Episode, the Trillium D Vulcan zombie episode. But I mean, I even think back to Voyager when, you know, there's that episode where Seven, everyone has to go to sleep because there's like a nebula that will kill them. But Seven is immune because of her Borg implants. So it's just her on the ship. So it was very creepy. And like she started to like, you know, and it was early in her journey as a character. So she was still newly out of the collective. So being alone was a big deal for her. No, the scary ones are always my favorite ones. I always look and I'm like, I bet you this aired around Halloween. And it's always like October.
Yeah.
Like for October sweeps. They're like, all right, let's scare
exactly. Well, it's the other podcast I'm on, Cinema Shock, where we do genre film history.
Oh,
yeah. I
didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of if you dig genre film history, that is our bread and butter. I mean, we dive deep on all the stuff. But one of my co-hosts on that is fixing to come on for Discovery and for a Discovery episode, and he hadn't caught up. So here in this last week, he did like some like a couple days of like deep binging. And he got to one particular episode. I didn't pry because I kind of want him to like expand on his Discovery journey, like on the mic. But he was like, you guys didn't tell me that there was a horror movie episode of Discovery. I was just like, oh, just wait. wait till you get to the Gorn episode of Strange New Worlds. Like,
oh my God. I just did a rewatch of season 1. Like
I'm doing the same thing.
2, and I forgot how good that episode was. I was like, oh my, like it was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was literally like if I were a child, if I were like a 9-year-old watching that, I would be terrified.
Oh yeah.
I always joke, like I've always loved sci-fi. I've always loved these shows. So like back in the 90s when Star Trek Voyager, that's the one that I was the right age for that one. I was a little young for Next Generation. I watched it, but I only got to really watch the tail end of the series. I didn't get to watch the beginning until I was older.
Oh, okay.
When I went back and got like DVDs. But another one was the X-Files. And I loved the X-Files, but I am not kidding you. I would record it because I couldn't watch it live. I would have to watch it. Like I could watch it as long as the sun was up.
Yeah.
But that show was so creepy sometimes
Yeah.
that if I was like in my like dark apartment, like my parents worked evenings, so I would be home alone until like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. when they would get off work. And by then I was usually in bed anyway.
Right.
But so
right.
I'd be like, 13 years old, just by myself, watching the X-Files, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. It's like the second that like creepy music would start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope, 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 nope. I need daylight.
Okay, you mentioned the creepy music. I have to tell you this
Always
story.
the music when you hear it's like that music that gives you chills. That like
Yes.
it's like ooh.
So one of the last times I got really high here at the house, was it my birthday or how? I forget when. Not important. Really high, and the wife and I were watching. We put on Doctor Who. Big mistake. Big mistake. There is such a thing as too high for Doctor Who. Like I thought the British accent was fake. I was like, this isn't. No. Anyways, so I'm starting to.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I'm starting to fade out. Like the wife is seeing me on the couch. She's like, okay, I think he's fallen asleep. I'm going to change it to something I want to watch. Logical. Okay, no problem. She switched it to Unsolved Mysteries. You want to talk about some creepy ass music that woke me up like a gunshot? I was just like, whatever this is, turn it off.
So I used to every summer, me and my brother would go stay with our grandparents. Mm-hmm. And me and my grandmother were very close. We're both Tauruses. We were just very cut from the same cloth kind of people.
Of course.
So I would usually sleep with her. And because my grandfather, he had insomnia issues and he like snored really loud. So they did not sleep in the same room. My grandfather had his room, my grandmother had her room. And she also was like a little bit of a night owl. She would like stay up and watch TV, which he didn't like. So, that's just what they did. Yeah. So I would usually end up sleeping with my grandma a lot. Like we would just have sleepovers. That's awesome. One of the things that she loved to watch was Unsolved Mysteries. Imagine being like 8 years old and you're drifting off to sleep with your grandma while listening to Unsolved Mysteries. Like, there's a reason why, like, I messed up in here. Like, oh man, yeah. I'm like, it's hard to scare me, like in real life, because it's like I have been so desensitized.
Oh yeah, I think that is one thing about because I think we're roughly same age. Sounds like
definitely that's going to be a
Yeah. I wasn't gonna pry further.
Flippe
than that.
Is ageless.
Of course. Listen,
when you travel back from the 23rd and then the 28th century, I don't even know where I am anymore. You stop counting. It doesn't matter. It's exactly. What did you say? Like, oh, you humans don't really know how time works. You don't get it.
It's all wibbly wobbly. Nothing's linear. But yeah, like, I feel like our generation, like, because even our cartoons were different. So like looking at we were watching we pulled up like Disney Plus the other day and looking at Gargoyles. I was like, how is this marketed to kids? Like
it was dark. Yeah.
It was really dark.
It was gritty. Like like kids from the 80s and 90s, these like we were like watching stuff we shouldn't have, and it was made for us. But it's like now parents would be like, no, not
at all. Not like, at all.
Demona? Marina Sirtis was terrifying.
Yeah. But I love her. Yeah. Well, even
like she was not like a kid villain. She was like you believed she would murder someone.
Oh yeah, but
there was no fun and games.
Yeah, and also coming in like with the femme fatale, like torn rag type, but with like the massive like plasma rifle type thing of just like I'm getting some Ellen Ripley vibes here, but like I'm it's here, young man, how do you feel about this? I've mentioned that a couple times about Marina Sirtis. I'm like, she was a decider for sure. Anyways, so we'll get through the recap and then we'll have our spoiler discussion where we talk about it in depth and all that. But then I definitely want to hit these two little things that are in blue. This the idea of Gretchen J. Berg and Aaron Harberts. Harberts was the first openly gay showrunner of the Star Trek franchise, and we can talk about diversity and in front of and behind the camera. And then the episode title I don't know if you saw this. I've been championing Guillermo del Toro because I want him to come back and do a short trek. I want him to come back and
Yeah.
I want him to come into
I
the Star Trek.
want more short treks.
Want more short treks so bad.
Like, and I get it. Like they were doing those when there was really only Discovery.
Yeah.
And now it's like they've got their hands full. Like I get that, but I'm like,
Sure.
that needs to be. That is such a good. It's such a good way to test ideas.
Yeah. It's
Like,
do you remember the series? I think it was on Showtime called Masters of Horror. Do you remember that at
like
all?
an anthology series.
Yeah, it was an anthology series, and it was super simple. Basically, they got the best horror directors and said, "Hey, you've got an hour on Showtime to do whatever you want. Have fun." I would love if they would say, "Hey, look, you've got 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's got to stay true to established canon. You can't break canon.
Yeah.
But Star Trek
Star Trek
universe,
happen.
have fun." I
would imagine, like, we always see the characters that are like out front center doing the thing.
Right.
But like, even when you open it up to think about like Section 31, it's like there are anomalies and phenomena that would be very dangerous / creepy.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure there's a division where it's like, that's what they're like the X-Files of Star Trek. Like that's what they do. And I'm like, I want to see those adventures. I want to see, like, you know, the people that work for the Daystrom Institute that have all, like, you know, who gathered all this crazy stuff that you have locked up now. Yeah. It's like that was someone's job.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Somebody went and retrieved Kirk's body off of Viridian 3.
Viridian 3.
And like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like that episode of Picard like melted my brain in so many ways. Yeah. But I'm currently having a buddy of mine design a t-shirt that says Picard is still in the Nexus. That movie's just it's a big one, and I absolutely adore it. A lot of people don't like Generations for some reason. That's a different discussion. But so anyways, I'm a big fan of Guillermo del Toro, and the title of this episode, Saints of Imperfection, comes from his speech when he won for Best Director for Shape of Water.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Basically, the phrase he uses is "monsters are the patron saints of imperfection," and in terms of like in terms of narratives, the idea of identifying with the other, identifying with the outcast. Frankenstein was a perfect example of that. Like, and you know, there's a lot of that throughout cinema history, and I feel like that's a very relatable thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's prevalent in Star Trek.
Yeah.
In the original series, you had Devil in the Dark, whereas like there was this monster, and we were afraid of it, and then we found out like it was a mother protecting its. It's like anything can seem a threat, right? But when you understand someone's motivation, yeah, it's like suddenly. It's like, oh, this is not an enemy. This is just someone trying to survive. Yeah. And the same thing in this episode. Like, we have this monster. Yeah. And it's just someone fighting to live. Yeah. It's like if you put someone that you can put the best person, the best of us, and if you corner them and get them in survival mode, they might not always do the best thing. They're gonna do what they have. They're gonna do what they have to. Yeah. And like that's been explored. It was explored with Equinox and Voyager, where we saw a Starfleet crew that they were put in a tough spot. And you know, we saw how Janeway dealt with that. But it's like, what about another captain who didn't even, like, she thought she was in a tough spot, but it's like, this was an even smaller ship with even less resources. And it's like, I do think that if that episode were being told now, it would be told a little more dimensionally to explain. And it, you know, in the end, they do get there. Yeah. They, you know, Ransom has his redemption, but the way that they were just demonized and vilified, it's like they're people just trying to live. It's like, are they doing the right thing? No, they're slaughtering innocent beings. Right. But they're not just doing it for kicks. Yeah. That's lazy writing to me. Like when you have the villain who's just evil for no reason, it's just like just to be. Oh yeah. It's always more interesting when you have the villain that it's that famous quote, every villain is a hero in their story.
Hero of their own story. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, in their mind, they're doing the right thing for them and their people.
Right.
And if you're on the other side, then yeah, they're going to look like the bad guy to you. Like
Yeah.
Khan,
Yeah.
he had people that he was trying to lead.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, was he also an egomaniac? Yes, of course. Like he had some stuff going on, but there was a reason for what he was doing.
Right.
And it wasn't solely self-centered.
See, I think this might get my Trek card taken away. I think Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan, in terms of like motivation and
They
the
definitely
reason,
did a better job. Yeah.
they did it better. Better. Now,
But
don't get me wrong.
now,
like Ricardo Montalban is
oh
iconic.
yeah,
It's iconic.
It's comparing apples and oranges. They're so different.
Right.
To me, I don't even think about, it's not comparing the actors. It's comparing different eras of storytelling.
Yeah.
In the 60s, audiences weren't as particular. You could just have a bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, in the original episode, like they did take time to explain his point of view. But with Benedict, they really gave him dimension. Because now
really did.
we are more discerning as an audience. We don't want a lazy villain. We want a villain that's still interesting to watch.
Do you think, I should probably save this for the episode proper, but who cares? Do you think,
I don't.
yeah. Do you think that because of where America's head was at that time, my father served in Vietnam, and he said it was so hard for them because this was the first war where the enemy didn't wear a uniform. And so they didn't know good guys. They didn't know civilians from enemy soldiers, which is where a lot of that, they're killing innocents over there. And they're like, well, how are we supposed to know? Like, and and stuff like that. So do you think like the 60s version of Khan or any of those villains, it was just easier to have this kind of villain who's got a little eyeliner, whose eyes look darker, he's got a menacing voice, as opposed to we've got this very proper British version of Khan, who's, we see the first thing we do is see him working in a lab, like helping to save this little girl. And then like, oh, we find out this is deeper, and it kind of culminates with, I'll target your life support systems and then I will walk over your cold corpses. Like, holy shit.
But also because his people are being held ransom.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not just because he wants to like he's not just a chaotic idiot who just wants to destroy things. Yeah. It's very much, if you hadn't messed with me, I wouldn't be messing with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the original Khan, he had aspirations of domination. So that was a little more, he was more threatening. This Khan wasn't. He had those same aspirations, but they weren't explored. So that they could have purposely decided to like, no, let's make him someone who's just doing what he feels he has to do.
Yeah.
The same thing with Nero in the first movie. He watched his entire planet be destroyed.
Yeah.
You're gonna be mad.
Yeah, that's gonna do something to you.
Into the past, and then he was held in prison by the Klingon. Like, he's not had a great time of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's mad.
Yeah, I feel like original.
Does he go a little crazy? Yeah, but
yeah, I feel like original Khan was like Kirk forgot about us, and then new Khan is like Starfleet forgot about us. Like,
yeah, it was less personal and it was more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We've got some great stuff to get into. I'm so excited for this. So anyways, once we get through like most of our discussion about the episode and the couple little extra little tidbits I've got in there, we'll do the who do we blame section of the stats. It's very short this week. It's all people we've talked about before, so we'll breeze through that really quick. And then we get to the, is this essential viewing? You've heard before, it's not necessarily a simple yes or no. It's kind of meant to be like, it is or it isn't for this particular reason or another. Do I agree, disagree, whatever? Parting thoughts, just kind of anything, thoughts about your fandom, this episode, the series, the franchise, your experience on this podcast, anything you'd like to say in wrapping up. Once you're through that, I'll do the next week preview. And then I tried to put like all the stuff about To Proudly Go. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to the things that you've got going on, like performances and support and where people can find you, all that stuff?
I mean, only because we're heading into like the busy season for us. We do have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We're going to be at FlameCon. We'll be performing at FlameCon here in New York.
Oh, fun.
We're marching in Brooklyn Pride. What else are we doing? We are going to Comic-Con is on our list, but that's still like far enough away that we haven't.
New York or San Diego?
New York.
New York. Okay.
We're not quite to the place where we can transport all of us somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell, it's hard enough for me to get there by myself.
I mean, if I ever get a chance to go to San Diego, trust I will represent To Proudly Go and I will show up. But it would be more like a single away mission, not the entire crew.
Right.
But yeah, I would say just mentioning FlameCon, and I feel like I'm missing something. But yeah, FlameCon and Brooklyn Pride. That way, if there are any listeners, New York area, or anyone that's going to come to FlameCon, they'll know to look for me and say, hey. Last year I was on a panel at Comic-Con.
At New York? I know, I saw that.
With Masterson, and it was so much fun.
Like,
it was my first Comic-Con.
So I'm fixing to go to Trek Fest 38. They're having me as their MC for the whole shindig.
Nice.
Which I'm really excited about it. The special Star Trek guest of honor is Chase Masterson.
Oh my God, you have to tell her I said hi.
I will. I was going to say, like,
such a pleasure.
Okay, I was going to say, like, is she cool? Like,
she's amazing.
Really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
There's been people you meet that's kind of like,
yeah. I feel like we get
Mm.
really lucky with Trek actors. Yeah. Is that Trek is such a positive thing that it tends to. I've noticed even with the new cast, like when you see Mary Wiseman in an interview, it's like she's just like the sweetest thing. It's like, and Sonequa Martin Green, she just is such warmth, and it's like I don't know if it's just that Star Trek, when they're casting for Star Trek, they are casting these kind of characters, so they find actors that already have that. Because I've never met a Trek actor that wasn't. I met Anthony Rapp Friday.
Oh, fun!
He had just done a show. He was.
I saw the Instagram. Yeah.
But he was still so nice. He took like 10 minutes to just like talk to me one-on-one. And I was like, I don't like. You can go. I'm happy. I don't need anything more from you. Like I'm not that fan. But he genuinely wanted to connect. He wanted to talk. He was excited to hear about Star Trek drag, and it was just like. He was like excited to meet me, and I'm like, what? Like, you're Anthony Rapp.
Yeah. Has anyone told you you're Anthony Rapp? I've had a few limited interactions with him. He seems like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
The wife and I are coming up Friday for Con the musical.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah, and then we're doing your show Saturday, and then we're headed to the Intrepid.
Of course, we're not doing Star Trek.
It's okay. It's more about just seeing the show, just having a good time.
I mean, you like Star Wars too, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be doing Princess Leia.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're not doing, since there isn't a series airing, we decided to like just do whatever sci-fi we wanted to do for a few weeks.
Of course, yeah. Why not? But it was a debate back and forth of do we try to go see Anthony's show, and because we're kind of pressed for time and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like looks like we're not going to be able to make it. But I want to get his book because I want to read his book. I'm sure it's amazing. I'm slowly getting a collection of books written by Trek actors.
I have a couple. I have a couple memoirs and Kate Mulgrew's. I have Nichelle Nichols. I've got Born with Teeth.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Really?
It's so fascinating. She's such a thoughtful person. You can tell like she's that kind of actor. Like she's one of those people that everything that happens to her, she knows is material. Like as an actor, you collect experiences and feelings and emotions so that when you're playing a part, you have something to draw from.
Of course.
and she's so good at that as an actor. So I don't know if that's what it is, but like the vulnerability, the detail, like the things that she shared, and she's just a good storyteller.
That makes a difference. It really
Like
does.
you can tell that there was not a ghostwriter involved. You can tell it's her tone. It's like when you watch her in an interview, she has a very distinct way of talking, of expressing. And that's the book. And there's an audiobook version. I'm very much a book person, and I will say that she reads the audiobook. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're literally hearing her tell her stories.
We got George Takei's story of his time in the internment camp that was turned into a graphic novel. And the wife and I read that together, and just amazing story. Will Wheaton's book is really great. He's a good writer. I've got Simon Pegg's book, and I haven't read it yet, but it's burning a hole on my shelf. I need to read that one. I tried to read some of Shatner's stuff.
I don't talk about.
Yeah.
I'll talk about Kirk.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then, there's always the exceptions to the rules when we're discussing how lovely Trek actors are. That's okay. We're all people.
If you want to dish over a cup of Romulan ale,
I don't have any personal experiences. I just it's infamous at this point. We've all heard the stories. Yeah, and for me, I love Star Trek so much that I don't want it tainted.
Yeah.
So I try to, if I hear, I try to block it, delete it.
Right.
So I've gotten Kirk. I'm not ew. Kirk does not deserve that. He's an amazing character. William Shatner played him beautifully. So I respect his work as an actor. There's some things in Nichelle's book that she talks about with him that I was like,
yeah, I've heard some stories from a couple of other parties as well. And doing this show, I've kind of gotten a unique look at some of the Star Trek stuff, and there's been a couple of things of I didn't realize that this particular person was that way about
reality.
Yeah,
I feel the same way. Doing To Proudly Go, performing in the Trek world with the fandom, I hear more stories. Going to Comic-Con now, stuff that I just hadn't done before. It's there's a level of I'm in this now.
Right. Yeah.
Very peripherally.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But now I encounter Trek actors. I have a few of them that I engage with regularly on social media now. And it's that's a connection. That's a different kind of connection that I never had before. I was just an outsider looking in. And now I'm so yeah, you do see different angles, which I find that fascinating as someone who also has always loved behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Stories about productions, the struggle to make something happen. As an artist, I find that inspiring, that it's no one just snaps their fingers and makes this stuff happen. There's always a story. There's work.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I won't shatter your image of anybody else unless you just want to know. But it's kind of because
now I'm I don't want to know, but now I'm who are you talking about?
Yeah.
I only know of two actors that are can be very meh, and I will just say they're both captains.
Okay.
And one of them we've already discussed. We actually have talked about both of them. But the second one I give a pass because there's very good reason for. Sometimes you got to bust balls when you come from a certain point of view. When you've had to fight, it's hard not to become a fighter. So.
I don't necessarily want to all focus on the negative aspects. So I will say, if you ever have the chance to spend 5 minutes within arm's reach of Nana Visitor, do it. She is just an you talked about Sonequa Martin Green, Merritt Wiseman, just kind of being that beam of positivity and warm energy. You can see, I mean, she's still very stunning. She's a lovely woman, but you can like kind of feel the positive aura just radiating
I mean,
off
I've seen
of
her in interviews on panels and stuff, and it transcends through that. Like,
yeah.
There's just the way she speaks. Like it always seems like she's coming from just such a place of love, no matter what she's talking about.
Yeah.
There's gentleness, and it's amazing. Like I cannot wait to meet her. She's definitely on my list. So
Any chance you get to, even if it's just a quick hi, hello, how are you? Like I don't know if you saw it in my feed. I was able to grab like 15 minutes with her on the mic.
Yeah.
And
I did, like, I listened to a little.
She's
and I feel like I bookmarked it to go back to, and I forgot about it. So I'm glad you brought it up.
I actually had to break eye contact with her for a second because I kept forgetting what I was supposed to say.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because I mean, like, her personality just kind of sucks you in, and they talk about that as the it factor. Like I've heard
charisma.
People, that like it's almost tangible charisma. That's just like, oh, that's why they're in this industry. That's why they're doing the thing. Yeah.
Anthony Rapp, I had a similar moment with Anthony Rapp. Like I said, he was super tired. You could tell. And also, like, I mean, I was there too. I was tired. It's a very emotional show.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was like high energy, but you could tell it's very rare to talk to someone who you can tell they're listening to you. They're really with you. Yeah. It's like there's eye contact. Yeah. If you're talking, they're not just like, oh, cool. It's like, no, like this is here. And that to me is like so powerful. I try to, anytime someone comes up after the show to take a picture with me, I always try to remember, like, yes, I'm tired. I just did a show, but they're excited.
Oh yeah.
And, like, they want a memory of this time that we shared. And I should enjoy that just as much as they enjoy that. It's like such a weird, you have to have a level of self-awareness to check yourself and be like, yeah, you're at work, but they're not. They're having a good time.
Yeah.
And that's your job, is to be a part of that good time. And I feel like those are the successful, like Nana has that quality of like, she's so present.
Very.
And like, that's such a rare quality to really encounter consistently. It's easy to fake that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You don't get the same fuzzy when someone's faking it.
Yeah.
I said, to me, like, I've watched her. I love watching panels and interviews. And it's like, I feel it watching a video of her. So I can only imagine in person.
Because even when she does her little Instagram videos, and I'm gonna not hear.
I love her videos.
What are you gonna tell me now?
My favorite thing is like watching Nana's videos just for the endorphin rush.
Yeah.
And then watching Jerry Ryan go off on conservatives on Twitter. I'm like, yes, girl, yes. It's like Nana's my guru and Jerry Ryan's my warrior. And I'm like, yes! This is everything that I need.
Oh, I would like to. It's weird because like there's a lot of Trek actors that you're like, oh, I'd love to meet them, talk with them, get them to sign whatever, take a photo or whatever. But then there's a couple of them that you're like, I want to get a beer with this person.
I just want like a 5-minute conversation. Yeah.
Jerry Ryan seems like somebody you want to.
I will never tell anyone I met you. It's like, I actually want to meet you.
Yeah. Jerry Ryan seems like somebody you want to get a beer with. You want to hang out with her. Cause like I saw her again, Instagram. And then I swear to God, we're going to start recording. But I saw her doing
we're recording.
Oh, we are. This is still just preamble.
You're welcome, Patreon.
Yes. So she recently went over to Todd Stashwick's house to do for D&D. Yeah.
My girl, don't act like I don't know.
Oh, and yeah, just that look on her face was just like, how this needs to be on a t-shirt. Every Star Trek D&D fan out there, this guy included, would just absolutely add to cart. Like,
see, and the funny thing is like, I'm not into D&D at all. Meaning, like, I just don't know about it. I know what it is.
Yeah.
But I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. So I kind of saw it from her point of view of like, oh my God, I can only imagine how overwhelming this would feel. But I would be the same way. I'd be like, I'm down to learn. Like, if someone wanted to teach me how to play it, I totally would. I'm like, I'm game. But I'm sure I would be like, like, I'm sure I'm about to be massacred here.
I'm a dungeon master of our group, and I'm taking my wife and 5 other friends of ours through a campaign. And it can be pretty daunting. There's like a lot of numbers, there's a lot of things to remember.
Yeah.
But in terms of the role play aspect, I think somebody who's used to performing off the cuff and being able to just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Can I tell you like how I learned that, the role playing aspect?
Yeah.
I just started watching for the first time The Big Bang Theory. And they've played Dungeons and Dragons like throughout that they've shown them a few times.
Of course.
And that was the first time I was like, oh, like they're literally like playing out a story.
Yeah. It's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, everybody.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it really is a lot of fun, which is why it's so fun to see, Critical Role. It's a bunch of voice actors.
Yeah.
I think there was one where the comedians did it, and it was a lot of comedians, so it was obviously very funny.
Yeah.
There was Anthony Rapp was part of Disco Does D&D, where it was literally Star Trek Discovery actors.
Oh, that's cool.
Playing D&D. Now it was very short-lived, but
I also feel like at this point, because of like what happened with Jerry, I'm like, I cannot play Dungeons and Dragons until like it needs to be made an event. Like Flippe is finally playing.
Oh yeah, it's
like I need to film it. I need to. I'm like it keeps like people keep talking about it with me because they know that I follow Jerry Ryan and that I'm a big Seven fan. So they're like, oh, did you see the Dungeons and Dragons? And I'm like, oh my god, it's like, do I need to do this too? I just do everything Jerry Ryan does. Like, Jerry Ryan Dungeons and Dragons.
There's enough material out there that you wouldn't have to spend a dime, and you can. There's videos out there that have broken it down more simply than the instructions are. But I would be honored if you said, Todd, please teach me how to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I would.
I'm down.
To. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't want it to sound like I'm not into it. I just never. It's not something I encountered growing up. It wasn't.
Me neither. Yeah. I didn't get into it until the pandemic, where I was, sitting around the house, was just kind of like, oh, you know what? Let's find out what this D&D thing's about.
And I just started playing with toys.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
I started making like miniature things.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, that was my jam. Was like crafting. I liked
like
therapeutic.
How small and like what exactly?
I started with fashion scale, which is like Barbie scale 1/6.
Okay.
And then that became a little much because this is still taking up too much room. So then I did switch to like 1/12 scale, which is like house scale. Yeah, like I've worked on a couple of dioramas. I have an idea for I might open an Etsy shop.
Ooh.
Trek related.
Yes.
I don't want to say anything because it's like, God forbid someone beats me to it if I say it.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I've been there too. Of like,
I've always loved that. I mean, that's why like these are literally my action figures from my childhood. Like I played with these.
Oh,
I'm very proud that I was never rough with my toys. They've held up very well.
I was gonna say they look pretty damn pristine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would like wipe them down with like Lysol wipes.
That's love.
Like.
Yeah.
Even like a kid, I've always been that way. But like I've always loved. I have a thing for like action figures and toy, like anything that's big that someone makes small. I'm suddenly obsessed with it. I don't know what that is, but I'm like I have an obsession.
Have you seen some of the Lego mocks that are out there of the different ships? Chris Ames, who does his mini Star Trek, he's been on the show a couple times, and he actually, I had a guy on my show who was the former engineer of the real USS Enterprise.
Oh.
And so I contacted Chris and said, hey, don't you have one of the mini Lego of the actual USS Enterprise, the aircraft carrier? He goes, yeah. I was like, hey man, would you mind sending me one? as a gift to this guest. He's like, absolutely. So I want to try to start doing that more for folks, of like getting stuff, because there's people out there like who do the DIY like enamel pins and cross stitch and making t-shirts and stickers and all this stuff, and it's just
that's what I want to start doing. Like all of my art that I release, like I make those posters. Like today I released the new cast poster for our show, The Strange New Worlds.
Saw it, looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's something I started doing. Like I made this graphic for our tote. Yes. I was inspired by like the Star Trek comic books, the way their covers, they had that CGI animated comic booky look.
Yep.
And so that's what I've been trying to do, because I like the cohesiveness it gives our visuals.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been very brand conscious. Of like, you know, we need a flyer for the show, and it could just be like a quick Photoshop, or we could create like something that really catches your eye.
Yeah.
And then we can put it on stuff and sell it. Like,
there's been
on a coffee mug or
exactly. There's been times where, I mean, I've done enough comedy shows where, you know, there's so much thought put into the venue, the lineup, the whole thing, and then it comes time to the poster, and the poster looks like garbage. And I'm like,
there's so many bad ones. And the same thing happens in the nightlife scene for drag queens.
Yeah.
It's like there are some queens that they get it, and their flyers are like iconic.
Yes.
And then there's others where it's like, okay, first of all, you need to hold down the shift key when you change the size of something, because you're skewing it, and that drives me bananas. Like, I'm a graphic artist. Like, I pick up on that stuff.
Right.
And I always respect, like, I don't know, for me, like as a drag queen, I'm like, flyers for my shows are almost like what music videos are to like Taylor Swift or Beyonce. It's like the visual you are releasing in conjunction with your art.
Yeah.
And you know, I can't release music videos, but I can release a damn good print.
And you know, it's one of those things that maybe it seems like such, maybe to, and again, having produced a show myself, and I'm sure you've been in the same boat, it seems like such a smaller detail. You're like, well, I'm focused on the venue, the lineup, the whole thing.
The importance of it,
But yeah, those folks who just like, oh, it's like, no, if everything you're putting together is up here, but your poster's down here, that's
then that's the first thing anyone sees.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of the face of what you're doing.
It's like, look, it's the curb appeal. It's just like you said, it's the first thing people are gonna see. You know, they might not walk by the club, they might see it in a window. If it just says drag show 6 p.m., like, okay. But if it looks
on social media, like, you might be an Instagram suggestion to them, and it's like, if it's a strong visual, they're gonna stop and read it and be like, what is this?
And it's
bad, they're just gonna like, get away, this is ugly.
Right. But it's such a smart move to have to draw inspiration from the comics, which now that you say that, I'm so glad that my next guest coming on is J.K. Woodward, who's
cool. But no, I just felt like we are a Star Trek show, so it's like everything we do should fit in with Star Trek. Like, it should. I'm always the one, like, I like to use Star Trek terms during the show. Like, we give out drink tickets, and I'm the one that's like, here's a replicator ration. Like, I don't say hit play, or like, I'm like, engage, like, engage my number. Engage.
Yes. That's great.
Yeah, it's like, because that's part of, to me, that's like, I now get to dress up and play Star Trek.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I make that as immersive as I can? I have props. Like, I have like a static tricorder that I don't need a tricorder to sell what I'm doing, but it's cool. I have a pad. Like, I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Eventually I want to get an iPad and make a case for it, so that my set list can be on an iPad that actually looks like a pad. And I'm like,
looks like a pad.
Yeah. Like, I have this, like,
holy crap.
And I make different screens, and it's just those little touches that it's like, if you want to connect to Star Trek fans, give them Star Trek. You got to look the part. Yeah. Top to bottom, front to back. Yeah. This will be the last thing I say, and we can even bring this back up during the show, because I think it's a good point. It's the reason Star Trek is so powerful right now is because it's the first time Star Trek is being created by lifelong Star Trek fans. So it's like people want to be like, it's fan service, it's fan service. It's like, and what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Like,
why is that being demonized?
Why wouldn't you try to please the people that love what you're doing? Yeah. There have been so many times as a drag queen where I have like purposely done a number for a certain person. Yeah. Like it's their birthday and I know that they love this character. So it's like, yeah, that's fan service. But like, it's my way of saying thank you for the people that have supported me. Why wouldn't Star Trek do that for us? Yeah. And now it's like they're doing it for themselves because it's like they have loved this forever. Like Terry Matalas is a perfect example. Perfect. He is a Trekkie. Yeah. And he's the Trekkie making Trek. Like, that's amazing. Oh. There's a reason why Picard season 3 blew our minds so much because it was the first time in a long time that we were watching Star Trek that we were like, oh my God, this is exactly what I would have done. Oh my God.
Yes. Oh.
I called it first episode when they were talking about Easter eggs and all the Wrath of Khan vibes. Yeah. I said it and I thought it was going to be a bigger thing. But I was like, there's going to be a Genesis device. Mark my words.
Did you really? Oh, that's cool.
I thought that maybe the changelings had stolen the Genesis device because it's like if you don't like organic beings,
that would have been cool.
Why wouldn't you steal a weapon that can just wipe them out?
That wipe them out.
It's perfect. Like just wipe out the solids. Yeah, like that would have been a really cool changeling storyline.
It would have been.
But when we did see the Genesis at Daystrip, I was like, that's all I wanted. It's like there's such a rich Star Trek now has history.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Especially now that like Discovery is different because it's in its own time period. Mm-hmm. But with Picard, it's like that is a continuation of the Star Trek we have watched. Therefore, it now has this 50-year history. Why wouldn't you pull from it?
Yeah.
Instead of like it's cool to bring in new stuff, but bring something from 40 years ago. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it the world building is what I feel like was missing for a little bit. Enterprise didn't do a lot of world building until towards the end when it finally started to pay homage to the original series, and that's when it started clicking.
Yeah.
Discovery, when it brought in Pike, when it brought in like things that just made sense because it's like, well, if you're in this time period, that would be in this time period. And it made it connected it.
Yeah, it made it cohesive. Like it gives it weight. Like
it reminds you that like we are in this world.
Yep, exactly.
Like, there's a reason why every Star Trek at least mentions Vulcans and Klingons because it's like we know them.
Yeah,
it's like it would be weird not to mention them. They are such a large part of the culture of the Federation.
Yeah,
but it's like to bring in some rando aliens. Anytime that's been done, that's when it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does.
Sometimes it's cool and sometimes it's not. It's hit or miss.
Yeah. You mentioned the history of Star Trek and being able to pull from that history. And I was thinking about this earlier today. The idea of because I've been talking with my local comic book shop about, hey, did you get in such and such a book? And they're like, no, because Star Trek doesn't sell. I'm like, why the hell is it not selling? And I'm just,
I know. And I miss the ages of like the novel series.
Right.
Like, I had almost every numbered novel from TNG and Voyager. I still have some, like I have like a collection of hardbacks.
Nice.
That I like. I have my Voyagers, my Next Generation, like, and it's like, they're still doing them. Like there's a couple Discovery ones, there's a couple Strange New Worlds ones, but it's just like, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation because that goes into publishing is just
right. Well, and the comics history of the comics history of Star Trek is very dicey at best. But I think, it's
always had ebbs and flows.
Yes.
But novels.
Yeah, the novels
such a
because my shelf of novels is actually the novelizations of episodes.
I used to have a few of those and I love them.
Right. Like for example, I recently read Relics, the one where the TNG crew finds Scotty and he's in Yeah. Wow, the novel is so amazing. Like it's really, really great. But like looking at the comics specifically, it's kind of like there's stuff that's happening in comics right now that if you're not a casual comics fan, but if you say it to a Star Trek fan, they're like, "Oh, why am I not reading this?" Like
Yeah.
the main storyline, and then Defiant, the Star Trek Defiant series,
Yeah.
is like just the previews alone. I was talking with a couple of other
I've seen some buzz about it. Like I'm not
Oh,
the biggest comic book reader. I have a few, like I have a few omnibuses that I love. I
yeah,
have a Mirror Universe one. I have the Q one that it was the Q with all four captains.
yes,
I think it was like for one of the anniversaries. Like I have that kind of
yeah.
stuff, but I don't read. It's overwhelming because there's so many out there.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
So it's like I see one, I'll usually leaf through it or whatever, but I definitely don't. It's like I have enough obsessions to keep track.
Me too. Me too.
It's like I have to draw the line somewhere.
Exactly. And that's kind of,
But
I'm working with some folks and trying to get a Star Trek thing going. But like and that's been on my mind of like the Star Trek comics of like, oh, why isn't it working? And I think it's because I think it is because there's that disconnect of like, this is canon, this isn't. And like, well, if you've got folks who are churning out great work here in the comics side, but it doesn't count, like if you could just tie them even loosely together, it would be so amazing.
Establish like there's the comic canon and the show and the franchise canon, and they don't have to be the same.
Yeah.
Star Wars had the same evolution. You know, there was all of the expanded universe that happened after the original trilogy.
Right.
You know, the Timothy Zahn novels.
Right.
All of those amazing stories that are now like wiped out by Disney, which is fine. Like they're telling their own story, and that's cool. But I don't think it should detract from how great those stories were.
Yeah.
And like Star Trek should have an easier way of that because you've already established like we have the Kelvin timeline, we have the Prime timeline, alternate realities are already a thing. So just dig into that and just like present these things as like in a universe where this happened, this is the story, and it's like that's already a Star Trek trope.
Yeah.
So make that your thing, and then it would make all the comics canon in their timeline.
Yes. Yeah. And it's
like already that would be such an easy solve for that.
Yeah. And they're trying to granted, I'm not, I'm not in the IDW offices or anything like that.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm very much approaching.
Well, we know this is a conversation they're having. Like they are trying to figure out this out.
Yeah.
Because it is a very, like I said, that leads to the conversation of publishing in general is a very evolving medium right now out of necessity. Because it's like it either needs to evolve or it's going to die.
Oh, and comic books were seemingly first on the chopping block because it was just kind of like, we don't need this. It's like, I mean, I guess comics might actually have more longevity just because there is the visual aspect. But if it's all digital, it's all on the chopping block, really.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's funny because we've seen it happen so many times in our lifetimes. Like music videos are going to kill the radio. Well, that didn't happen. Radio figured it out.
Right.
Back in the 50s, 40s and 50s, film is a TV would kill film, or I should say the 50s, 60s, not the 40s.
Right.
Like, but that didn't happen. Movies figured it out.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're just living through publishing figuring it out. Because at the end of the day, there are still people that love to read. There are still, so it's like if it dies, that's just laziness. That just means you didn't figure it out.
Exactly.
But we're just having to live through the growing pains. And it sucks because it's like I remember my childhood when like reading Rainbow was a big thing that really influenced reading. So it's like that really did help the publishing industry. So it's like this generation needs that moment of like something that makes reading cool again. Emma Watson tried it when she did the live action Beauty and the Beast. She has her literacy program. So it's like there are people out there fighting the fight.
Yeah.
It's just that, of course, when you're living through it, it feels like it's like, are they? Is it ever, like happen?
Well, I think it's, I think at the end of the day, just analyzing it here with you now, maybe it is at that critical point. But it's either, I think rather than it dying, because if it was going to die, it would have died by now.
Exactly. It's like, it's going to tip back. It's just
I think what we're seeing is it's not dying, but more people have access now. So it's like same with film and television. You're seeing people who are able to make really compelling YouTube series and shoot them low budget, shoot them at home with their friends, and it's good. Like yeah, absolutely. Same with comics. Like now, instead of, oh well, they're at the Marvel offices in New York, or at the, they're at the DC offices out in Burbank or whatever. It's no, these people are all over the world,
and a lot of them are self-publishing.
You got the stuff like crowdfunded stuff. Like honestly, there's some crowdfunded stuff that's better than the big companies.
No,
so
because there's passion behind it. Like that's always going to lead to good art.
Oh yeah.
And like, of course it's, if you can make your art business, meaning you can like live off of it, great. But the second it just becomes about business and just becomes about the numbers, that's when the art suffers.
And I think that's where, folks like you and a couple of folks that I've dealt with who are good producers. And I'll use the term producers as more of a umbrella blanket term of just kind of like someone who is really into what you're doing, but also knows how to make it successful.
Yeah.
And you're able to marry those two, and nobody loses any sleep over it. Like it's nobody's integrity is compromised or artistic vision is compromised.
It's like there's always a way to stay true to what you're doing and make it successful.
Exactly.
If you really believe in what you're doing, that's the secret ingredient is passion. You have to have a passion for what you're doing. You can't be phoning it in, because your audience will know, your readers will know, your listeners will know. They will know if it's not genuine. And
you're absolutely right.
If you fake something and you make it work, it might be successful for a very limited time. And then that fourth wall is going to break and people are going to realize like, oh, we fell for something that wasn't real. But if you are coming from a genuine place of passion and love for what you're doing, that's how we have a franchise that has lasted over 50 years, is because it has a real message. There's a heart to it. It's a beating, breathing thing. It's not just a commodity.
Yeah. It can be easy to look at it that way. And I'm sure there's a fair amount of executives who do, but like
potential to make money.
Yeah.
But that's not its sole reason for existing.
Well, hell, look at Critical Role. Like they came to them like, hey, would you mind us filming you and putting you on the internet? And they're like, do we have to change anything about what we do? They're like, no, just keep doing what you're doing. We're just going to film it and put it on the internet. They're like, all right. And then they started doing that. And they're like, we have some suggestions. And they're like, no. And they're like, okay.
This is the deal.
Yep. This is it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. That's great. All right.
Before we start, collect yourself.
Yes.
I'm just going to refill my water and then I will be ready.
You know what? I'm going to do the same.
I do ask that you just edit any time that just my like bulbous torso is the only thing on screen. Because like I said, I usually wear like a still-boned shaper, and I mean, you look great.
That's very kind of you to say.
It's just, it's not, I'm only representing my brand from the boobs up.
Listen, now that I know that we are roughly the same age, you look great. You look absolutely great. Yeah. I was talking with somebody.
I don't know how. Like, I am starting to wonder. I'm like, when's it going to start failing?
Listen, this beard hides the acne it causes. Like,
I am losing tone here.
Okay.
So it's like that. I don't have there's nothing I can do. I can't grow a beard.
Well,
so it's like, I'm going to need a doctor soon.
So
I'm fine with that.
When I was in law enforcement, it was shaved head, clean shaven all the time. My head is shaped like a basketball. So I just look like this lollipop in a uniform, just bebopping around. Like, and again, this makes me look my age.
Yeah.
Without it, yes, I'll look younger. I'll look too much younger. That's too young.
The makeup does a lot too. Like there's a lot of like and wigs. I will say I have such a big face, like for my head. Like but like the wig adds so much that it proportionalizes what's happening.
Oh, sure.
So it's like, I'm definitely that person. Like, that's why I have long hair out of drag. It's like, if I have short hair, I'm just like a face. Like it can sometimes look jarring.
I think we are definitely best friends. Like, because look, when
we've reached the self-deprecating level of like, yeah, I only look this good because I spent 3 hours. Like, this is a product.
The thing is like, as soon as I slid my badging gun across the desk and was like, I'm out of here, I was just like, I get to get a real big boy haircut. Like, and it was like, okay, I'm going with the Conan O'Brien, like really tall up here. And then I actually grew the beard out like halfway down my chest.
That's lumberjack.
Because I was like, I have to take this round head and elongate it at least a little bit. And now it's kind of a little more refined and all that stuff. But yeah. But like before you jumped on, I had the Zoom and it was wide, and I was just counting all the grays here, and I'm getting the salt and pepper up here on the temples. Me too. And of course,
they say that if it what goes gray doesn't fall out. That's the rumor. It's like, so I'm like, I'm fine with it all going gray then. It's like, if that just means that it I can color it.
You know what? Nana visitors full gray.
I love her silver.
She looks great. She looks great.
It's McFadden with her, like the way her hair has like grayed around her face. I don't know if they go in and refine that with color. Some people do gray in very interesting patterns.
That's true.
It kind of reminds us we are animals. Like, this is a coat. And it's like, there are animals that have different coloration patterns. It's not as common in humans, but it is a thing. And she's a redhead, which is already a mutation. So it's not weird that her gray pattern would also be unique.
Yeah. Wild to think about.
And I find it beautiful.
She looks great. There's something about those dancers, because she's a dancer, and our visitor's a dancer. I don't know. Say it again.
Audrey Hepburn, when she was older, I think it's just something about, they're like athletes.
Yeah, they're athletes.
So you've trained your body. Most people maintain a weight. If you're a little on the heavier side, you're probably going to stay on that heavier side. You might fluctuate, but if you're like, they've trained their bodies to, like, this is the size that I am. Jerry Ryan's the same way. Her figure has barely changed.
She looks just like 1997.
And I didn't even realize it, because, and I'm glad that season 1 and season 2, they just let her be a person. She's just wearing like a leather jacket and some pants. So it's not like they weren't like selling the goods.
Right.
But then when you see her in season 3 in that uniform, that it's like trim.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like, girl still got it.
There it is.
Doubted it, but it's like, now I can see it. I'm like, okay, girl. Like, all right, we've established that I'm like a person. I can be hot again.
Yeah, she looks great.
Now I can be hot again.
Oh yeah, well, I've always as I think I was talking with my wife about, if I was on Star Trek, what kind of character would I be? And I always thought,
we've all thought about that.
Yeah, and I said, you know what, Kirk was about as piratey as they get.
Yeah,
I would swing super hard into pirate. Like, my uniform is never zipped. My feet are kicked up on everything. I'm whistling everywhere I go. It's very much like, bring me that horizon. Well, and that's the other thing. It's like, if you're in a time period, this is really getting into the Star Trek minutia of it. But if you're in a Star Trek era beyond Wolf 359, why are you not trained in a bladed weapon? Because Worf seemed to be like the only person who could do a damn thing, because he had a batleth of our phasers aren't working. He's like, I got it.
Technology fails. I mean, and it makes sense because it's the characters that we see that have that are the characters that are security, are tactical. So it implies that like if that is your field, you are training in that way.
Yeah.
There is something for me to be said that like not everyone's a fighter.
That's true. Yeah. No, I get that.
Like there are some characters that like it wouldn't be true to who they are as a person. Because that would be me.
Right.
If I were in the Star Trek universe, I would probably be like a Deanna Troi. I'm a communicator. I'm a talker. I'm a let's figure this out. I would
diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Yeah.
This is lip gloss running down my face.
Oh.
It's because I drink water.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Still lovely. Don't worry.
I would be that person. And it's like, you believe that Deanna can handle a phaser. You believe that she can take care of herself to an extent. So it's like, I would be the same way. It's like, yeah, I can handle myself, but if things get a little too hairy, I might need help.
Yeah, I think
that with Worf, it's like, no, Worf is the help.
Well, yeah, Worf's like, got it. You
meet those characters too that are like, I'm the cavalry.
Exactly.
When diplomacy fails.
that was the other part of that conversation with my wife of like, you know what? I'd like to think I'd be this piratey captain. At the end of the day, I'm going to be a red shirt. Like, I'll be a red shirt security guy. I'll jack people up and stuff, but that's going to be my bag.
I think I would either be like a diplomatic officer, something along those lines.
Yeah.
If I were in Starfleet, I also could see myself not being in Starfleet. I could see myself like I would probably still be me. Like I might just be an entertainer, a performer. Like art still exists. Like maybe I would be a drag queen.
That's an interesting.
But my parents were engineers. They were textile engineers. So I grew up tinkering. I think that's why I liked the miniaturizing. It's because it was like a handcraft. I do like that. So I could see myself being like I'm more of a B'Elanna than a Geordie. I'm definitely whatever gets the job done. I don't care. Like, right. I might not look pretty, but it's gonna work. So like, yeah, I would probably be an engineer, a tinkerer, or I'd either be figuring out how people work, or I'd be figuring out how machines work.
Yeah, I know that's going back to something you said about Deanna Troi handling a phaser. A lot of people forget, like, and I mean, they got reminded of it in Picard at the first episode of Picard season 3. Bev knows how to handle a phaser. Like, she's a badass. Like, and they're like,
there's a reason why she was one of the officers chosen on that secret ops mission in Cardassian space. There's a reason why she was able to go. You have to have, she took command training. We saw her commanding the bridge, which implies like she would know how to handle herself.
She knows what to do. Yeah.
And we even saw both the ladies in Insurrection. Like they were fighting off with the phaser blasters just like everyone else. It's like we didn't get to see that side of their characters often because it wasn't their main role.
Right. Yeah.
When you are an officer on a ship, you are going to serve your function for the most part. But we saw when things got hairy, they could jump in. Yeah. And I love that. I love that we're seeing that more now as the characters are allowed more dimension and they're put into more circumstances, like in Discovery and Strange New Worlds and Picard. And all of Picard, like we got to see so many different sides to these characters. Yeah. Like we got to see the 7 of 9 that wasn't efficient, that was also a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But still highly capable and still highly adaptive, which is like, I would say that's her main character goal from the beginning of her story in Voyager. She's the type of woman who has had to adapt, so she can adapt to anything thrown at her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not throw things at her and watch what happens?
Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of that always seems to be the crux of like what is compelling about Star Trek. Of like, you have these people who are let's not put on airs here. They're doing high level theoretical physics in their head at the drop of a dime, these are very smart, very capable people, but it's kind of like, okay,
the best and the brightest. That's like one of the taglines for Starfleet officers.
Exactly. So when you've got that high level of training and ability, and then you're thrust into a thing where they end up going, I don't know. That seems to be the most compelling thing. Cause like, I remember it was so fascinating to me watching, there was that episode where Geordi is stranded on a planet and he falls into a hole, and it's like,
oh yeah.
And he ends up like finding the minerals and melting them down to make spikes to climb. And I was like, wow, that is some engineering.
He MacGyvered the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Like that's what would happen. Like that's what I think at the core of Starfleet, problem solver. You have to be a problem solver. And that's what they are. They're scientists. They're they're theoreticians. They love a problem.
Yes.
They want to figure it out. It's like that famous quote, everything is unknown until it isn't. Like, and then the second you figure it out, it's like, figured it out. And it's like, I feel like we're seeing more of that in Discovery's a great example. We see these characters, they're constantly thrown in these situations where it's like, there is no easy day at work.
No.
And it's like, that's kind of how that period probably would have been, that pre-Kirk.
Yeah.
You know, the universe is still quite big. The Federation is not how we see it in Next Gen and DS9, where it's like a lot of it's been figured out. There's a lot of unknowns, and Strange New Worlds is that way. And that's what I love about it. It's like we're back in like the cowboy times.
Yeah, it's still there's a bit of a Wild West element to it. I mean, even looking at the Lower Decks episode where because
they're out there.
Yeah, Captain Freeman takes the engineering staff to that spa ship, and how do they relax? They find problems to solve, and it's just and that's their thing.
They are.
That's who they are.
They're workaholics. That's all it is. They're workaholics with good ethics.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's the future that we aspire to. Workaholics with good ethics.
I can relate to that.
All right. Well, any other questions before we finally get rolling? Oh God, I've taken up so much of your time. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, no, I'm enjoying it so much.
I am too.
I will talk about I am like, I probably need to eventually start doing this. Like
podcasting?
I need to do a podcast, because it's like I love talking about Star Trek far too much.
To be honest, you've got the energy. You've got the energy to, if you find like a really cool niche approach.
I have an idea. I might pick your brain about it sometime.
Absolutely.
I do have an idea for what I think I would do.
Oh yeah. Okay. Listen, I think that's one thing. It's weird to think about, but like the podcasting community is actually kind of like the food truck community, where it's just kind of like, if there's one, they are apt to tell other people and like help each other. So because like this goes back to like anybody in a creative endeavor who's kind of in control, is very much about the track that they are on.
Yeah.
So I think if you discuss your ideas with another podcaster, it's safe, because you're not going to have to worry about anybody stealing your ideas.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I would seek out people that are already doing it. So it's like, they already have their thing. Yeah.
Because I mean, I've guested on enough shows to, hear a bunch of different formats and stuff like that. And if you're listening to mine, I'm sure you've listened to others as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's, I would absolutely, please feel free to pick my brain about anything and everything, because I will, whatever help you need in terms of like equipment, software.
Hey, did I already tell you? I feel like we had a very short Instagram DM chat about this.
Did we?
It was very
now that you mention it,
surface, and I feel like I remember you being like, because I remember you joking about like being a guest.
We may have.
I think I remember responding like, oh yeah, you would be at the top of my, like, of course I would want people that, I'm that person where if it's like, if I'm new at something, I want to surround myself by people that are good at it, because they're going to elevate me. They're going to teach me what I don't know. It's like, I don't want to be the best in the room. I want to be like among peers or people better.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I forget who said this, but that's quote, like, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're not going to be challenged. You're not going to be.
That's a good thought. Yeah.
You're just going to be there.
Yeah. And it's
bored at the top. Like,
right. Bored at the top.
like
Yeah.
the second you're at the top, you're done. It's like find a new top, keep climbing.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and that's, anytime I go to, even if it's an open mic, if I go to an open mic and, I don't usually like to watch other comedians because I'm trying to get into my own headspace to do my own thing. But if I end up watching a couple of other comics, it's kind of like, I have so much advice to give, but like, I have to be careful because not everybody's open to that. Like,
yeah, it happens to me with drag queens. Like, I've been doing it for over a decade. I'm going to have an opinion. If someone just started, I'm probably going to know some things they don't know. And it doesn't mean like I'm a know-it-all. It just means I've been doing it longer. Like, right. I have learned.
Yeah. I mean, there's, gosh, I could, go, and I'm sure you could too, all night about, this person was doing this, and I was like, I like to approach my advice giving in questions of like, yeah. hey, what's your process? And like, well, I don't have one. I was like, oh, would you like me to suggest some? Yeah. Or something along those lines.
Well, that's why we would probably be Starfleet officers, because it's literally just like, I see a problem, I want to fix it. So it's like, how did this error occur before I fix your problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Explain this operating system to me. Like, what have you done? What haven't you done?
Oh boy, yeah. Oh gosh,
the plasma manifolds aren't open. That's all. Just open them up and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, maybe.
Easy.
Hey, maybe don't drink a gallon of whiskey before you go on stage.
Okay, now I feel personally attacked. So did someone tell you to say that to me?
Oh gosh, no. Listen,
not even water.
And then I swear to God, we'll start recording. There was one time where I went with a couple of, other comedians, and we went to this show, and the only people in the room were the bartender and the chef in the kitchen, who came out because there was no one. And it's all these comedians there to perform for empty chairs and tables.
Yeah, I'm gonna get wasted at that show.
Yep. And I had
shows where it's like, keep them coming. But
yep. I had
otherwise this is gonna go dark.
Oh yeah. I had way too many rum and cokes. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Todd A. Davis. I didn't go up the stairs on the left. I didn't go up the stairs on the right. I rolled onto the stage from the middle. It was all downhill.
Paving his own way.
Yep. All right. You ready to carve some wax?
You said that. I will tell you, Saturday.
Yeah.
I was at Stonewall Inn, the iconic Stonewall Inn.
Yeah.
And I was just doing a few numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great night, great show. I woke up that morning without a voice. I was opening with a live number. I was like, oh. And it only happens like spring allergies only hit me like 1 or 2 days out of the year. Oh. And it's usually at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And so I took some Claritin, didn't think anything of it, took some Claritin, worked on getting my voice there, like warming up all day long. Everything was great.
Mm-hmm.
Got to the show, took a shot right before I hit the stage just to like loosen up. Had a drink I sipped on through the show. That was really it. White girl wasted. Because the allergy medication.
Oh no.
Like just doubled everything.
I didn't even think about it. Oh my God.
I didn't either. Like, because I don't take the medication often enough to like think about that.
Right.
But luckily I made it through the whole show, and it didn't hit me until like the end, like after kind of.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh yeah, I've definitely been there, where it's like she got messier than she meant to. That's okay.
Yeah. It's funny because I end up doing more than I realized until somebody was like, you sing a lot in your act. I was just like, no. And then I started counting all the bits. I was like, oh yeah, I do. So yeah, I've ended up having to kind of, when I know it's okay, the person that's up next is right before me. So I'm not on deck, but the next one. So that's when I go out, loosen up, stretch a little bit, and and go through the whole spiel. But yeah, I'm having to do it more and more of just like, okay, let's make sure we're okay.
I have to do it talk.
Yeah.
Because like bars are loud.
Uh-huh.
I'm on mic, but you still have to project.
Yep.
Not every sound system is great.
Sure.
And this is not where my voice naturally sits 100% of the time. This is my flip voice.
Yep.
And it can be taxing because I'm in my attic the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm not just in my attic, I'm in my attic projecting and pushing and expressing because I'm a very naturally, very vocally expressive person. So even when I'm up there, I still like I think I'm at my top and then I find a new top where it's like, and it's like doing that for 3 hours. If I don't warm up and warm down,
Oh yeah.
I will wake up the next day like croaking, like no voice.
There's
and
one
it's funny, like just being on a stage with a microphone, period. Doesn't matter if you're singing or not.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. I've gone from doing the 5-minute sets to, the 10 to 15s. And now I'm at the place where I'm doing 30 to 45. And
that's a lot of talking.
It's a lot of talking.
Like you better be hydrated and warm.
Uh-huh. And it's one of those ones where, I have this one bit where it's a Backstreet. I'm talking about the Backstreet Boys. But I switch from talking to singing back and forth very quickly. And it's having to make sure making sure you're hitting that particular note correctly and then going back into a very conversational and then back up. Yeah, it's so the folks who sing, and again, your show's much longer than a comedy set, but you guys are on.
Yeah.
Just go. And
there's a reason why there's a lot of comics and a lot of drag queens with that gravelly voice. Like that's so common in comics and nightlife.
Yeah.
And those are usually the people that it never clicked with them. I'm a vocal artist.
Yep.
I'm just talking.
Right.
So it's like, if you don't do it right, it will age your voice.
Oh, absolutely.
And because of like the kind of what I do, I can't have that. Like I need my 4 octaves. I need to be able to go up there.
Oh yeah.
That's how some of my comedy wouldn't be effective if I'm not up there.
Right. Yeah.
Like it sells the joke. Where it's I make a joke where it's like I'm just a Muppet. Like, and so I need a Muppet voice. If I don't have a Muppet voice, the joke's not funny anymore.
Oh yeah. I remember doing that Backstreet Boys bit one time, and I hit the note. I missed the note, and it took everybody out of the moment. And I was just like, damn it.
The joke's not the joke anymore. Your voices.
Yeah.
And that's not what, like, that's a different joke that I could do, but that's not the joke I was doing.
Right. Yeah. And even podcasting. And I mean, if you get into podcasting, depending on what kind of schedule you keep with podcasting, because this, I do this show once a week.
Yeah.
I'm also on the movie show, which is every 2 weeks. I also do Cosmic Crit, which is it's D&D, but in space. I'm part of that show, and that's a little more spread out. But at one point, there was a time where I had 2 recordings on a Sunday, and then I had my regular episode on a Monday, and then I had a makeup episode on Tuesday. And by the end of Tuesday, I was shot. I was like, nope, that's it. We're done for the week.
Yeah. It's like, she will stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, I try to keep it very conversational, but there's a point where, you put on a flip voice.
Yeah.
I put on writer comedian, Mr. Todd A. Davis. Yeah.
We all do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think it's on purpose. To me, it's like, if I don't switch into that, I forget where I am. I forget what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then I'm not on.
Yeah.
It's like flip has to be on.
Yep.
Like I have to be quick, snappy, funny. Like, and that's something the voice helps me, like things feel like they come naturally, because it's like, this is who she is. And if I don't have her on, then nothing lands right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There have been times where like my voice has been tired, and I've started a show and I've been like, hey guys, I'm a little tired, so you're going to get a little more Toni Braxton. And I can feel that entire show has less energy. And I'm like, it's me, it's the voice.
Oh yeah.
Like, as crazy as that is, I'm like, it's the voice is part of the energy.
Oh yeah. Well, there's times where, my wife has to deal with folks on Zoom for her work. And she's like, I just don't know if I can do this. And I was like, hey babe, just remember, eyebrows up. And she's
Yeah.
like, okay, eyebrows up. Because that kind of like, and here we are.
I do a lift.
Oh, okay.
You can see it. Hold on. I'll try to relax. Okay, so that's nothing.
Hey, there it is.
They go up, and I also feel something that happens here. And when I do that, it starts to come out like, and it's probably just me engaging my nasal, those muscles to keep my voice up. And it's funny. It's like, I can feel that. And when it's like, she's here, there she is.
That's so fun.
And it's like, if I don't do that, everything feels weird. I'm like, what's wrong? Where is she? I start to feel like it's like I could easily go into like a Norma Jean, Marilyn Monroe thing where like, come to me, I need Marilyn. Where is she? Like, it's like everything can just like, it's like suddenly we're in a psychotic episode.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, for me on stage, I mean, you're seeing me here t-shirt, and I wear glasses anyway, but like I typically button down t-shirt, long sleeves to cover the tattoos, like slacks, pretty much dress shoes. I look like I work in an office. And I went to a show, and I was working with some guys from New York here locally, and after I was their opener, so I did my set, it was fine, got off stage, ditched the shirt, so now my tattoos are showing. I put my glasses in the pocket, went to the bar, ordered some food, came back to the table, and one of the comics from New York who had seen my set walked past me and stopped and did a double take, and he goes, "Oh, this is who you are." I was like, yeah, it's a costume, buddy. This is theater. But it's, that's something because that kind of helps me get into that mindset, that frame of mind, being able to rattle off the very specifically worded jokes. And I the way I always describe it to people is, I wear this so that my dog fisting joke hits a little bit harder. And they're like, oh, okay, I get it.
The visual presentation is just as important.
Exactly.
It's like, if I don't look a certain way, it doesn't work.
Yeah. It's like watching any movie. If one part of the special effects is off, or somebody's costume is out of it. It takes you completely out of it. It's like, it's got to be. Well, it goes back to the poster. Like, you could have everything else great, but if your poster sucks, like,
it's visual. It's a visual art form. You are in front of people looking at you. No, it's funny. Like, I don't think about it. It's not something I consciously think about often, but you're saying that, and I'm like, we all have our access points to our character. Like, every actor talks about it. Like some actors are like, it's the costume. When I'm in the costume, I feel it. Or it's like, it's the hair. Like, when I see the hair in the mirror, there's the character. And it's like, to me, like, it's the same thing with my drag. It's like, there are certain things where if I don't have that, I don't feel her. And it was the most challenging part of doing Star Trek drag. When I started doing Star Trek drag, I had to find her very differently.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm usually very like girl about town, 30 little dresses and high heels. Like, I won't wear anything under a 4-inch heel. That is a no for me. Right. Because I don't feel her in a 2-inch heel or in a 3-inch heel. She's in her big girl shoes. Oh, I'm only 5'4". Oh, okay. So it's like, I feel like if I were a biological woman, or just a woman, I would be that girl in her high heels. Like, I'm that girl. Right, so right. It is that girl. So it's like, that was my first access point for her in Star Trek drag, because it's like, okay, I'm in a pantsuit, but I still got my shoes on. I've still got my heels. Yep. And then another access point was my hair. It's like, I love big hair. So it's like, that's why I realized, like, looking back, I started with the characters that had that. Like, I started with Deanna. I started with Tilly. It's like, I need hair. Yeah. And then once I got comfortable doing the Star Trek characters, then my box got bigger. And now it's like, I still need my shoes. But I don't need as much glitz and glamour anymore to feel. Interesting. It's like, God, that's so fascinating. Wear jewelry. Yeah. Starfleet officers don't wear jewelry. Yeah. So it's like when I'm
Huh.
Flippe, I'm like chandelier earrings and diamonds and glitter and sequins.
Of course.
And it's like I have found ways to incorporate that. When I do Loxana Troy, I get to be that. I get to wear the gowns, and I get to, be the anti-name of space. When I do a TOS character, I wear earrings because it's like Nichelle Nichols wore earrings.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Uh-huh.
But when I'm like TNG, it's just me. So I'm like, the hair's got to be that's when to me the hair's perfect, the shoes are high, because it's like that's how they were.
Yeah.
Deanna Troy's hair was done. Her face was beat.
Yeah.
So it's like that I can access. But yeah, it's funny when you start to think about like, what do I need to get to where I need to be? And you don't think about it when you're first starting because it's natural.
Yeah.
But the longer you do something, you do have to become aware of it, because there are going to be days where you're tired and you're not feeling it. And you're like, what do I need to do to get there? And if you don't know, then you're not going to be able to get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
you're
I
absolutely
know, like,
right.
there are things where it's like, I'm not feeling her. I know what I need to do to get to her.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm stressed, maybe my life is like not clicking. So it's hard for me to access that creative artistic part of me.
Yeah.
But it's like, I have to, it's my job.
Yeah.
Being an artist and being a working artist. It's like, that's when I have to clock in.
Oh yeah. And it's, I'm seeing it more and more with what I'm doing in stand up, obviously not to the degree that you have.
You're emceeing events. You are doing it to the degree I'm doing. Like, that's what being a host is like. You have to be yourself, but you have to be your best self.
Yeah.
And that's a job.
There's so much to hosting. And I'll speak for the stand-up comedy side. There's so much to hosting that a lot of newer comics don't necessarily understand. Of like, okay, you're not just, all right, your next comic, I mean, you can do that, but like, that's not going to be beneficial to the show. So you have to kind of,
you're part of the atmosphere. You're part of the vibe.
Exactly. If the comic that just got off, if their energy is here and you know that the next performer's energy is down here, you have to find a way to connect those. Yes. Yeah. And then when it's the other way around, same thing, but in the opposite direction. Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. All right. Ready to rock and roll?
Engage.
Incoming transmission. Support us on Patreon and like, rate, review, and share on all your favorite platforms. Feel free to send us your subspace transmissions to computerresumepodcast@gmail.com or at Computer Resume on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The Computer Resume podcast was created and produced by Mr. Todd A. Davis. Our logo was designed by Will Martin and Justin Bishop. The opening theme was produced by Justin Bishop, and our outro music was provided with permission by Dronode. Additional music was provided by Mr. Todd A. Davis and Gary Horn, and the voice of Computer Resume podcast and executive producer, me, Kat Davis. # LLAP. We'll see you next time.
Going through a Star Trek. We're doing Star Trek stuff in space. We probably got some phasers and shuttle pods, and we're gonna find a brand new race.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?